Expansion.
Ladies and gentlemen, señoras y señores, can I talk now, Paulie? Thank you. In the studio today, we have the very beautiful Juliette Herrera. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, reality TV star. You already got a clap. Ladies get claps really easy on this show, courtesy of the brother Paulie, but don't interrupt me. Reality TV star from The Bachelor.
That's right.
Welcome. Great to
Thank
have you.
you.
And awesome to have another woman. We haven't had many chicks. You're the third one.
Oh,
Right, Paulie? Yes. Lizzie, Lisa Viola, and yourself. We need more women. So welcome. Great to
Thank you
have
for
you.
having
How you
me.
feeling?
good. I'm excited.
Okay, awesome. So am I. We're going to talk about what it's like to be, on TV as a reality TV star, both the experience of being, on camera, let's say, but then everything else that comes with it. So
Yes.
it's quite an exciting show for myself. But also I want to talk about, like culture, nationality,
Yes.
and all of these things that we kind of touched on over these past couple times that we've been speaking.
Yes, definitely.
We do know each other a little bit.
We
Over
do.
the years. So that's a cool little story as well. But before we go anywhere, I want to send a big shout out to Q Corp Construction and Crash Claim, meeting new friends by accident. They're our sponsors, our foundation sponsors. Without your support, we couldn't do it. And a big shout out to Variant Collective as well, supporting us on the social media. Juliette.
Yes.
It's not Julieta, right?
Julieta in Uruguay
Okay, sure. Because you're Uruguayan
and Peruvian.
and Peruvian, correct. So half Uruguayan, half Peruvian.
Yes.
Born in
that's
Australia?
right. Born in Australia.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Same as me.
Oh, I didn't know you were born here.
Yeah, most people don't know because I'm raised. My story is a little bit different. I was actually raised in South America,
Ah.
but born in Australia.
Okay.
And then when the dictatorship lifted, my parents thought, okay, let's give it a stab
back.
over there. And then I came back for high school and all of that. So that's my story. What's your story? That's what we're here for, not mine.
No, I wanted to know that. I had no
Yeah.
idea, but
Well, now you
the
do.
dictatorship, affected our families,
Of
our
course.
parents'
Yeah,
lives.
that's the
That's
reason
why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it. Yeah, that's why we're here. So the dictatorships in Latin America, a lot of people fled looking for greener pastures, and we found some over here in Australia. And yourself, a proud Latina too. I see you
Yes.
representing on social media.
Yes, of course. And that's been a journey in itself. And
Yes.
I think that reality TV helped
Yeah.
me own who I am
Good.
and my identity, because for a long time growing up in Australia, I denounced my cultural heritage because I
Sure.
wanted to be Australian
Yeah.
and
Fit in. Sure.
You didn't want to be different.
Sure.
So I had a lot of internalized racism towards myself and my parents' heritage.
Yeah.
And then 3 years ago, after grieving my father's loss, he was
Sure.
Uruguayan, I started listening to murga, tango,
Sure.
music from Uruguay, music from Peru, and it was starting to seep into my cells and make me feel alive.
Sure.
And I was like, why do I feel so alive with my with music, with the language? I feel so detached from it, but for some reason I'm drawing strength
Yeah.
from my dad's culture and my mum's culture,
Yeah.
and it's helping me become a strong woman, because I feel their strength. I feel the strength of what people go through in South America and that
Yes.
fighting spirit. And so it helped me overcome a lot of, I guess, pain and years of suffering that I
Sure.
felt from grief.
Yeah.
So sorry to go deep in there.
No, please. That's what
But,
we're here for. That's amazing.
Yeah, but
Look-
culture is important. If
Yeah.
you were raised with parents that are very, very South American.
Of course. Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I think one of the things that we're probably lacking a little bit in a great country like Australia is culture.
Yes.
I think it's also a sign of a young country, because this is a very young country. So the local culture, as developed as it is, still has perhaps some time to go where we truly sort of identify or form our identity as a country or as a people. So hence you see some issues like with the youth and people wanting to belong, and that's why idiots such as myself end up in gangs and that kind of thing when we're young. But it leads to other little things like, maybe some mental health issues, drug abuse here and there, because we're trying to sort of make up for it in other ways. Having said that, you can't it's undeniable that this is a beautiful country that we live in.
Yes.
But, with a few tweaks, I think it could be definitely well and truly the best country in the world. Back to you.
I have something to add with that.
Tell me, please. Tell me.
I think if you're from a different country,
Sure.
or your
Blood,
heritage,
your parents, yeah.
I think if you're allowed to be both Australian and your cultural heritage,
Sure.
then you can be the best of both worlds,
Yeah, sure.
and you're creating a different identity
Yeah,
and a different
yeah.
way of seeing the world, because with your cultural heritage and history, and then growing up in Australia, you're more open-minded,
Of course.
and you're more open to new ideas, different cultures,
Sure.
and so you shouldn't have to renounce one culture to be more Australian.
No,
or
of course not.
We don't have to succumb to the old English Anglo-Saxon way of being Australian. That's Australia.
Yeah.
Australia is the Anzac Pride, Bondi Beach,
Cricket.
cricket, all those things. That's culture. But we're also a multicultural culture.
No doubt about it.
And I think it was only in the 90s that we started embracing that, because the
Yeah.
White Australia policy was in the 70s. So
Yeah, I think
It's a very new
From
country.
memory, White Australia policy ended a little earlier than that, but obviously when you end the policy officially, there's always a hangover. Let's say,
hangover.
and even till this day, we have lots of racism.
yes.
Having said that, racism is universal and it exists all over the world. But I think also we can't be foolish enough to believe that there is no racism in Australia, because a lot of people say, "Oh, there's no racism here," or like people that say there's no poverty in Australia. Both of those things unfortunately exist, and we kind of need to face up to it. And in my opinion, not try and rewrite history in some sort of negative way, but we need to understand what's happened in the past so we never repeat it again.
That's
And particularly, not so much with migrants, but definitely with our Indigenous culture, the first Australians. A lot of the wrongs that were done need to be really accepted and faced, and then we can move on. It's not about staying in the past.
Yes.
In my opinion, my humble opinion, because obviously Indigenous people have a right to a different opinion. But so I think that's where we are, and also I think multiculturalism is actually what makes Australia the greatest country in the world, because without it, I don't think so. I mean, there was a reason why they had a slogan similar to White Australia policy, or at the same time, or coming out of actually, populate or perish, because if this country wasn't populated,
Yes.
it would have perished. It would have become a backwater, overtaken perhaps, or nowhere near the economic powerhouse or social, cultural powerhouse that it is today in the world. So
That's true. We
Here
did
we
need
are.
immigration.
yeah, I've got a question for you though, because
Yes.
what area were you brought up in?
The inner west.
Okay, cool. That's probably why the reason you had, I guess, some of these needing to conform to Australian culture.
Probably because I was the only brown person
Yes,
in my hood.
Exactly. I was about to say that, because when you started talking, I'm like, you weren't brought up in Fairfield.
My
Because
cousins were in Fairfield.
I know that story. But obviously, it's almost like the opposite in Fairfield. It's like Aussies probably struggle more, because
that's
it's like
right.
spot the Aussie. You look at Vietnamese and Yugoslavians,
right.
Serbians, Croatians,
Yes.
Italians. All of Southeast Asia.
That's right.
All of Latin America. Salvador, Chile, Uruguay, Peru.
Well, if it wasn't for visiting my cousins in Fairfield and hanging with the families, the Uruguayan families, I wouldn't have known any other Latinos.
Okay.
And so that was, I'm glad my dad made us have that
Sure.
strong family connection. And
Man, I got to fly in the studio again. Ninja warrior.
because we're in the country.
I don't know, man.
Nature,
You know what is?
nature.
How long we've been in and out of the studio, setting up and whatever, and there was no flies.
Oh.
But as soon as we get going, there's always
Yeah.
one. I don't care. Peace, Wusa. But a good point there, because there are, Sydney's a big city, and there's all these different realities within it. So
that's right.
for those people outside of Sydney, or perhaps outside of Australia, we do have like northern beaches, down south in the peninsula. The name escapes me right now. Down
Cronulla.
Cronulla and all that. Yeah, that's right.
The south.
Their reality. Yeah, of course. Then you got inner west, far
Yes.
west, southwest,
Yes.
northwest, and the hills where we are today.
Yes.
So, tell us a little bit about the process, if you will,
Yes.
of getting yourself involved with a show like The Bachelor. How the hell
Yes.
does that all happen? Because we talked a little bit before the show. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. I've never seen one episode of any of those shows.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Why is it not your thing?
I don't know. It's not my thing. Like KFC is not my thing. You
Yes.
know? A lot of people love KFC. I don't like it.
Yes.
I think it's for people that just want to sort of turn something on and just like cruise.
Juliette,
You
you
know?
want to hear his favourite show?
What's his favourite show?
Farmer Wants a Wife.
I have a wife. Yeah, I'm on a farm.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, well done, Paulie. That's his contribution to the show. Thank you very much, Paulie. Now, his therapist allows him one really bad joke a day, and that was it. So that's the only bad joke for the day, Paulie. Sorry, brother. No more. No.
I think we lost. Is it okay not to hear yourself?
You can't hear yourself anymore?
No.
I can hear you.
Okay, that's fine.
Can you hear her, Paulie?
I can hear it.
Okay.
Maybe you're getting paranoid. What's in that water?
No, I swear I can't hear myself.
It's
But
okay,
are you
we can
supposed to
you.
hear yourself? No.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't.
Well, the main thing
It
is
doesn't
that we
matter.
can hear you properly.
Okay, that's fine.
That's the main thing. We might have a little gremlin in the studio messing things up. But
That's
more
okay.
importantly,
Yes, the show.
that's right, the show.
How I got on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, for everybody out there, we've got
Yes.
no idea how this process happens. How do you get on there? Do you apply or something?
Yes, so
Okay.
on online it
Yeah.
says apply for The Bachelor, and 2
Sure.
years ago I watched the show 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, that could be fun, as if I'd ever get on. And so I was bored one night, like midnight, and I just started answering questions. It's like it feels like 300 questions, because they need to know everything about you, your relationship history, your life, what you do.
So that's on a website or something, is it?
It's on a website, yeah.
Sure,
So
okay.
usually like Channel 10 will advertise, do you want to be on The Bachelor?
Sure.
So I just applied, and they called me up for an audition, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to go because I got my visa to go to LA. So I was like, oh, stuff The Bachelor, I'm going to America. And then I came back the following year, and I got another call, and they're like, do you want to audition for this year's Bachelor? And I was like, I don't know. I don't really feel that confident. I wasn't really, I was scared. I didn't think I would get on. And my sister and my mum pretty much would disown me if I wouldn't even audition.
Sure.
And I said to my sister, if you want me to audition, you're going to have to drive me to the audition, because I'm not getting there at 11 a.m. and I don't want to do it.
Wow. Very early in the morning, 11
It's
a.m.
so early.
Wow.
And so what happens is there's about 28,000 girls that apply, apparently.
Sure.
And they have auditions in different states. So
Yeah.
every state they'll have a group audition. So you're in a room with 20 girls, and they go through them like 200 girls a day.
Wow.
So they ask you questions. They make
On camera.
On camera, yes.
Sure.
And then if you make it through the next round, you get to meet the heads, like the producers,
Okay.
the head of Warner Brothers.
Sure.
And you're like this for an hour, and they're just
Warner
asking
Brothers?
you questions. Yeah, Warner Brothers produces the Bachelor
Really?
franchise.
A music
Yes.
company?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So then I got a call saying,
Hang on, whoa.
Oh, here we go.
Rafa, Warner Brothers make good movies too, like Batman,
yeah, Marvel.
Batman,
Marvel.
DC.
Warner Brothers.
DC.
And Marvel.
Stop saying, no, not Marvel.
I can't hear myself. Am I shouting?
No.
Okay.
I don't know what happened there, but anyway. Okay. So Warner Brothers, the music company,
Come here, Paul. Can
runs,
you come here?
runs The
or not?
Bachelor.
Or
Oh, you can come
edit
if he
it?
wants. He's a free
Look,
man.
He can't hear.
I just edit myself out.
Oh, sorry to give you work. Extra work.
No, if you want to do
See, you
that.
can't
No,
hear.
you know what? Yeah, it's not. Is it unplugged?
Did I do that?
You
So
probably did.
did I step on something?
Is this the one here? Is it working?
Sorry, because I don't want to shout. No,
No, don't worry.
because I feel like then I start
Check that.
overcompensating. No, it's not. It's all right.
No, hold on.
because we've got another one.
Ooh. I'm sorry.
What are you sorry about? What the?
Because
Try that one.
I could try and do it without it, but I feel like I'm starting to
that's
go,
fine.
wow!
Yeah, well, we want you to do that.
Oh my gosh,
Ninja.
ninja moves. You're so
Total.
so Karate Kid.
Is that better?
Oh, so much better now. I
¿Te
can be
escuchas? All right,
Sí, me
beautiful.
escucho. Ahora
We'll
estoy
come
very
back in
calm.
stress.
Soft spoken. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Hi.
Hi.
All right. We'll do another
ASMR.
clap for you, Paulie.
No, I'm still recording.
All right, beautiful.
Sorry about that.
So actually, we worked out that the headphones weren't working. So thank you, Paulie, for your amazing production skills.
Because
We're
you all
back.
thought I was crazy.
Yeah, I thought, man, she's losing the plot already.
Which happens. But
yeah. Well,
I try to keep it together.
no. Sometimes the effect of the lights and the excitement of being on the podcast. But you've seen plenty of that, and that's what I want to get back to because
Okay,
the
Bachelor.
auditions.
Okay, so the auditions. So
Sure.
after you go through the ordeal of
Yeah.
2 hours of auditions in person, like so much talent is required.
Sure. So you're just talking shit, like
You're just talking shit, and you're getting interviewed pretty much
Sure.
fundamentally, but also they're seeing how you interact with other girls and what your personality is like.
okay. So we'll go kind of into that a little bit more. What kind of questions do they ask?
They really ask you questions like, why do you want to be on The Bachelor?
Uh-huh.
And what was your last relationship? Have you ever been in love? And
Sure.
why didn't it work out?
Sure.
And yeah, and for me, I guess it was because I hadn't been in a full-on legitimate relationship for 12 years.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I don't know why they asked me to go on the show. I'm not even going to analyze why.
Yeah. No,
But, yeah.
but interesting to me at least. So,
So they are genuinely looking, they want the Bachelor to find their partner.
Okay.
And in the end, he's still with the winner of
Okay.
the show. They've
Sure.
been solid for months now.
what's
And
their names?
Irina and Lockie.
Okay,
And I'm
cool.
still friends with them and I
Okay.
talk to them regularly.
Awesome.
And yeah,
All right. So I guess it's almost like, these websites, how they match
Yes,
people up. Okay,
yes.
cool. So
But
there's a bit of that goes on.
yes, so they do try to look for different girls that would suit The Bachelor, but
Sure.
also they want to make a show.
Of
They want it
course.
to be entertaining.
Yeah.
And they put in a bunch of girls competing for the one man in a setting that's not natural.
Of course.
And when you're in the mansion, you don't have your phone, you don't have access to the outside world,
Uh-huh.
you don't have internet, you
Sure.
don't call your family.
Sure.
And so your whole world becomes about trying to make a connection with this amazing guy that they've promoted to you.
Okay, cool. Let's take a step back. At any point, are they kind of like trying to pull out of you like conflict, or at the beginning in the stage when they're trying to
Right.
identify, was there ever a moment when you said, I know what these motherfuckers are doing, they're trying to get me to to be this way, or to find out if beneath the surface I'm a crazy bitch and I'm going to be
Yes.
really good on TV?
So they do ask you a lot of questions when you're filming, like
Yeah.
they do this, like interviews. So
Sure.
you'll often watch a scene and then commentary from
Okay.
one of the girls,
Yeah.
explaining what was happening, or
Yeah.
like almost like a speech bubble. Like,
Sure.
I was in this situation and I wanted to walk up to Lockie and someone grabbed him before me and that really annoyed me. So
Yeah.
it's more, they don't put words in your mouth. They
Yeah.
just ask you what happened, and it's up to you, and you have your own free will to
Sure.
answer however you want.
Sure.
Sometimes the environment is emotional because your sleeping is all over the place. You're living with 20 girls in a mansion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conflict, a lot of drama. They only show 10% of the drama on TV, but there was a lot of conflict in the house. Majority of the girls did not like me, except for 3 girls. And that was because... I don't know. I have 1,000 reasons why, but
You got a strong personality.
Strong personality, and I never thought I had a strong personality. I just thought I'm just who I am,
Yeah.
and
But that's someone who has a strong personality would say that. What do you mean I got a strong personality? What do you mean I got a strong personality? What do you mean?
okay, I have a strong personality,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though I feel like I'm a softie.
Well, you probably are, beneath the hard exterior, perhaps.
Right.
But hold on a second, because you've just gone like
Okay, sorry.
fast forward into the future. I want to go back to the past a little bit more, because so you've gone into this audition,
Okay, yes.
right? And it's all done.
Yes.
And do they tell you there?
No.
Okay, cool. So you've done everything.
Yes.
You've had an okay day.
Yes.
Good, bad experience. What's that day
Yes.
like?
I had fun with the producers, talking to them.
Okay, cool.
And they were laughing at me. So I'm like, great, you guys really need a laugh if you're laughing at me. Like, you're that desperate for a crack up. Like,
Yeah,
who you
yeah.
been talking to all day, you know?
Okay.
And then I went home and had a glass of wine and, I don't know, talked about it with my sister. And she was
Sure.
like, yes, I'm glad you did it, Juliette. Woo. Like,
Okay.
she
And
was my biggest supporter. But then when the show was on, she was nowhere to be found.
Oh, really? Wow. Disappointment.
I know.
Hermana.
Complicated relationship, but, you know, loyal and love.
As they are, brothers and sisters. It's a battlefield sometimes. So tell me, then what happened?
So then a week... Oh, so you have to do a lot of medical tests. So they make sure you're physically healthy, psychologically healthy.
Because you've just done some audition and you got
Auditions.
no idea of what's
Yes.
happening. So you got accepted.
So then they call you. They don't tell you they got on the show. They said, you've made it to the next round. We just need you to do some medical assessments
Of
and
course.
psychological assessments,
Sure.
and we'll let you know how you go. So it's
Okay.
still like a step by...
It's like getting a fucking visa to Australia.
It
or
is.
the
It's
United
like a
States or
visa.
something.
It's exhausting, the paperwork. I had to go to office work, scanning paperwork.
Yeah. So they don't have the editable
No.
PDFs.
No, I was like, oh my
Shame on
gosh,
you,
just to
bachelor.
get on a show.
Yeah. Just
They
get me
want
on
my
there.
blood. They want everything about me.
So medical exams.
Just like to make sure you're healthy, like everything.
Okay.
And
Everything.
everything.
What does that
they
mean?
need to know everything.
Everything. Okay, cool.
Everything. Inside and out, they need to
Sure.
know.
And psychologically as
And
well.
psychologically.
And you obviously failed that, didn't you?
I thought I would. I think most of us
Está
did.
loca.
And that's what everyone said.
Okay, cool. That's probably what they liked about you, I'm sure. So do
Yeah,
I.
but thank you. And
So
then
you do all the exams.
then they call you and they say, you've made it on the show. We
Okay.
start filming in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Pack your bags. Pack
Yeah.
2 suitcases full of clothes.
Yeah.
We're going to be filming for up to 3 months. So you could leave in the first week or you could win The
course.
Bachelor.
Yeah.
And so you don't know. So you're packing your whole life for 3 months.
Interesting.
Mm.
And so you're expected to supply your own clothes.
Yes, your own clothes,
Okay,
hair and
sure.
makeup.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
And where's the mansion? There's a mansion, right?
Yeah, so the mansion is in the Northern Beaches area,
Oh, okay,
Oxford
cool.
Falls. Yes.
Okay, yeah,
So we
I
all
know
move in together.
Sure.
All the girls do, but the
Sure.
Bachelor has his own mansion, the Batchy Pad.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
So that we can all kill each other in the mansion.
And that's super exciting, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Super exciting living with 20 girls.
No, I'm just trying to imagine the process of
Yes.
going into the house.
Because you have
and-
no idea what's going to happen.
Nothing.
I've never been in front of the cameras. I've
Sure.
worked in magazines for 13 years for
Sure.
Dolly, Cleo, Cosmo as a stylist.
Stylist. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Didn't know that.
And writing. So I was producing the shoots, getting the models, the
Yeah,
photographers,
behind the scenes,
the
let's say.
creativity,
Yeah.
exactly, in publishing.
Yeah.
And I never was in front of the camera. I didn't even have photos on my Instagram of myself.
Okay.
So it
That's
was...
all changed now.
It's all changed.
Awesome Instagram, by the way. Check it out. It's Juliette.
Juliette Herrera _. I know
Okay,
someone.
sure.
There's another Juliette Herrera.
Don't
give
go
me
there,
my
man.
name.
It sucks. Yeah, I know. That's the one thing about Instagram, but you can't have obviously multiples.
Yes.
I mean, you could. Facebook does.
Oh, that's right.
But anyway, no multiples on Instagram. So Juliette Herrera
_.
We put all the info in the text with the podcast, so
Okay,
people would know anyway. So okay, so you've been picked. Do you get
Yes.
picked up or you drive yourself to the mansion?
Oh, we actually go to a hotel for a few days beforehand.
Okay, quarantine.
Quarantine in a sense, but I think it's to psychologically play with you a little because
What do they do there?
you're just living in a hotel for a few days and you don't know what's happening. Like you're just locked in your room with your roommate. And
Who's your roommate?
Another girl from the house. So everyone was paired up.
And are the other girls of the house in the same hotel?
Yes, but we're not allowed to talk to them.
But you're seeing them.
But we see them in the hallways and we're like checking one another out.
Okay.
And then when we get to the mansion and we arrive in our cocktail dresses, when we meet the bachelor, that's when we meet all the other girls, and it's like a circus, and all the cameras are there with like
Boom.
200 crew, and you're like, wow, where am I? This
Bang.
is trippy. Yeah, it's shocking. The first night, I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. I was like, this is so bizarre.
Sink or swim, right?
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
And the first night we filmed until 5 a.m. It's
Whoa.
a big night because everyone. So on The Bachelor, when you meet the Bachelor, you come in your gown and you have to make a memorable entrance with him. So I brought Lockie Dulce de Leche from La Torre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I fed it to him, and I probably said something corny.
Sure.
And and other people would come in like with a feathered frock and would do a dance for him. Or,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's the hardest thing to do on the show.
Man, it's like
so
it
intense.
reminds me of when we had Lizzie on, Lizzie Kirkness. She's really big on the. I want to get this right. Really big on the. You're distracting me, Paul. She's really big on the pageant scene.
Oh, the pageant.
Pageant
That's
scene.
your
Right?
accent.
Yeah, sorry. And then
Yes.
like they do like the entrance
talent.
with the talent. So it's almost like that, right?
It is. It feels like a pageant.
Strange.
It does.
Must be embarrassing for some.
It is.
But
It is.
I kind of like what you did though.
Thank you.
Yeah, typical Latina. You
Yeah,
know,
I
feed
had
them.
to feed them.
Okay.
Pretend we're sweet.
And you know, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Exactly, that's what I
Very
thought.
smart girl. Okay.
Yes. So then,
Please continue.
So that's the first big night, and
Yeah.
then the aim of the cocktail parties is to get to know him. So you have to
Sure.
try and grab his attention and
Yeah.
have a chat with him. Lockie, can I have a chat with you? And everyone's trying to have a moment to talk because at the end of the night, 2 girls will get eliminated.
Already?
Yes, on the night of the arrival.
Fuck me.
I know, it's intense.
Wow.
So you don't even get to know him and you could potentially go.
That must be super fucking strange. Because obviously 20 chicks,
It was 22 that night.
22 chicks, one guy, all on camera.
All on camera.
Super odd. You don't know anybody.
No.
Alcohol?
Alcohol, yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Any bags?
No bags.
Oh, man. If there was bags, no one would go home.
It would make an interesting show.
For sure.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So lots of drinking and awkward as fuck. But you're also talking to the, like pretending
talking
to,
yes.
you're talking to the other girls.
Yes, but I had an awful time the first night because the strangest thing was coming on and you're with all these women and majority of them don't even want to look at you or acknowledge you. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I felt.
Yeah,
And
for
I
sure.
really wanted to get to know everyone. I was like, hi, like, I'm Juliette. And I felt like a lot of people were turning their backs on me, like
Very bitchy.
very bitchy
Yeah,
already.
Competitive. Yeah.
And I was like, what's the go?
In their defense, I mean, you know, they're obviously struggling with the whole thing as well, I'm sure.
Yes.
As far as, you know, what the hell are we doing? How am I supposed to do this? So probably,
Yes.
that's probably why you get the blank stare kind of thing.
Oh, right.
I don't know.
I'm not good at reading people, so.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm just thinking like,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
if it's
probably
awkward
it.
for you, it's super awkward for everybody else.
Yeah.
And obviously competitive. So there's definitely some bitches in
Yes.
there, you know, where, you know, not talking to anybody. But so let's say you have a conversation with contestant B over
Yes.
there, a chick.
Yes.
The cameras are filming that. So you might go over and say, oh my God, look at that fucking slut. Look
Yes.
what she's wearing, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. So you're wearing the mic. So
Yeah, you're
everyone's
mic'd up,
wearing
yep.
a mic. So all the producers can hear what everyone's talking about. And
Yeah.
there's a few cameras around. So
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that because it seemed like most episodes the cameras were following me and my little group because we
Sure.
were always up to something.
Okay.
I guess.
It gets a bit clicky.
It was actually 4 of us
Yeah.
against the whole house. There was a
Oh, wow.
massive divide. They've never had a divide like that
Oh,
in
really?
Bachelor history.
Okay.
And it was because I had all the hate from most of the girls.
Wow.
Because
So-
I'm too extra.
Too extra. Too extra.
Whatever
Explain.
that means.
Yeah. Like usually extra either replaces too, really. Like she's extra crazy or she's
Yeah.
too something, not too extra.
Well, the
That's
thing
like
is
double.
the
Yeah.
thing that I've struggled with, and I'll tell you this, all in my 20s with different groups of friends,
Yeah.
usually not Latino background.
Yeah.
They would be, oh, Juliette's crazy. I'm like, I'm actually not crazy. I just like to have fun and I don't take myself seriously and I like to make fun of myself.
Yeah.
And I say crazy shit like
Yeah.
to lighten the mood because I'm fun. And I just felt like when I was with people that were just too straight
Robotic.
at 180,
Yeah.
they think you're crazy.
Yeah.
But you're not toxic. You're
No.
not bitchy. You're
No.
not putting people down.
Yeah.
And so I kind of resented that other girls in the house who probably weren't confident in who they are,
Yeah.
who didn't develop probably their personality yet,
Yeah.
or believe that they have to follow a certain mold to be accepted. Whereas I don't follow any mold because, well, I'm 35, so I am who I am at this point, and I've already gone through all these big moments in life, hit rock bottom 1,000 times and struggled, to get up on my own without like a man saving me or my parents saving me. So you do build resilience and you do learn your inner core and you work. Well, for me, I went on a huge spiritual path, seeking God and wanting to transform my character. And I lost all my kind of cultural background in trying to find out who the real Juliette was as I was looking for God in the Christian circles.
Sure.
And I wanted to fit the Christian mold. But then when I left the church, but I'm still a Christian, I went back to my culture and kind of married everything, Australia, Latina, spirituality, faith, and who
Amazing.
my parents brought me up to be. So I've gone through all the phases, shed and also have bled and also rebuilt myself. So I'm not scared of what's inside of me because I know I've already seen the ugliness. I've already seen the darkness and how dark I can go and how do we rise above it, And I wasn't afraid of who I was on the show and how I was going to be portrayed. So that's very intimidating for other girls who wanted to be a perfect,
dolls.
dolls
Yeah.
who wanted to win and thought they were going to win by being fake. I'm so excited.
Oh my God, you're so funny.
But then
Deadpan
deadpan when the
Nothing.
cameras aren't on. I'm like, what the F? Like, be
So-
genuine.
So
It's reality TV.
tell me something. The chick who won,
Yes.
was she like what you're describing or?
Well, it's funny because
a
we didn't
mix,
like
or
each other on
the
the
beginning?
show. She didn't get me and I didn't get her.
Okay.
She thought I was extra and I thought she was boring and
Uh-huh.
a follower. But she was actually genuine to who she was and she's calm, very straighty 180,
Sure.
but she was genuine.
Yeah. it's-
And she's remained that way and wasn't putting a different face on camera. And when the cameras were off, a different face. She was consistent
Yeah,
who she
that's
is.
the
And
whole-
that's what would drive me crazy on the show because people would put these fake personas and then when the cameras were off, they were like depressed.
Yeah. It's the whole don't judge a book by its cover thing a little bit, no? Like she was obviously cool. You
Yeah.
thought she wasn't, but
Yeah,
I
but
would
we
imagine
misunderstood each other.
I would imagine it's a crazy way to meet people and make
Yes.
friends and all of that. And I want to
Yes.
come back to this clique that you developed in there, this gang, El Cartel.
My little gang,
El
yeah.
Cartel.
It became the little gang, and
yeah.
like in the media, it was like these little four, like the little
Really?
gangs, yeah.
So describe those three that were with you.
Well, it was interesting, and
Nationalities?
yes, one girl was Pakistani heritage, and one girl was half Lebanese, half Malaysian, and the other girl was actually Anglo-Saxon but had Maori heritage.
Sure.
So I'm
Versus
not going to say why.
versus the rest of the house
Yes.
was mainly white Aussie chicks.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Mainly like blondie kind of.
Yeah.
okay, cool.
complete. We called them the Blonde Brigade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes.
So-
I can imagine. So you guys were the four non-blondes.
Yeah, the four non-blondes. No, the four ethnics, I guess. The
Okay,
four
sure.
brown girls, essentially, except
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Caitlin.
yeah,
She
yeah.
had blonde hair, blue eyes, but
Yeah.
she's Maori background.
Yeah, of course,
so she's
of
like,
course. Yeah.
when she came on the show, she's like, they're racist. They're racist. I'm going with you guys. We were like, all right, come here, blondie.
Okay, cool. No, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to picture it all, and as I said before, I haven't seen it. so
No,
I'm
no, it
trying
was
to
a
sort of
funny
put it
divide.
together.
They never
Yeah.
had that before.
What year was this? Sorry.
Last year. And we had the pandemic.
Oh wow.
So we had to stop filming halfway through. And we didn't know that there was lockdowns happening outside in the
so
mansion.
it was filmed like...
It was filmed March
Oh,
till
wow.
end of March. And then we had to go back home because all the borders were getting closed up around Australia.
Sure.
And the show was on hold.
Wow, what a fucking crazy year for you.
Yeah.
And then you came back when?
And then we actually filmed in our homes and we did Zoom. We did The Bachelor through Zoom. And we had the producers and the cameras film us at home.
Wow.
I lost it at this point because,
Oh,
everyone's
man.
losing it during the pandemic.
Yeah,
Everyone
man.
doesn't know their future.
Yeah.
Everyone's like can't go overseas.
Yeah.
People have lost work. Everyone's fighting anxiety.
Yeah.
So it was really like a tumultuous time to be filming in our homes.
So, okay. So you've gone from the 22. They got rid of 2 that night.
Yes.
And then what do they do? Like 1 a week or
2 a week.
2 a week?
And then one night they did 5. And that night they told us there's a pandemic. Everyone's going home. But we're going to... So it became top 10.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'll explain that again.
Sure.
So usually it was 2 girls per week.
Yep.
But because of everything that was happening outside, we didn't know that COVID was happening.
Yeah.
We had no idea.
Yeah.
One rose ceremony, they said, okay, 5 girls won't receive a rose.
Yeah.
They'll end their journey with The Bachelor.
Sure.
And then it was top 10.
Okay.
So in top 10, we were then told...
So you made it to top 10?
Yes,
Okay,
top
cool.
10.
Right. And then you go home.
And then we all had to pack up our bags, leave the mansion, and be on hold for a month until The Bachelor was trying to figure out
What
how
the hell?
how
Sure.
they were going to save the show. Yeah, and
Okay.
also you still had to have contact with The Bachelor himself through the phone. So it became very complicated because you had 10 girls talking to the one guy during lockdowns on their phone.
So, okay. So at this point, you all have each other's numbers or whatever?
Well, only 2
The
of
Bachelors.
us. All the girls were friends.
Sure.
Except me and Blondie,
Okay.
Maori Blondie,
Sure.
just had each other because we didn't get along with anyone else.
Ah, okay, I get you. So you had her number
And then the Bachelor
and then the
guy.
Bachelor's
Yes,
number. Right.
yes.
So you're like randomly sort of going, hey, bro, hey,
Every
how
day,
you doing?
yeah,
What's
texting,
happening?
yes. But you feel awful because, he's texting other
Everyone
girls
else.
and you don't know if he's calling them or how
Wow.
often he's calling them, how often he's calling you.
Right. And
So
then,
dating a guy on a good day.
Yeah, usually. They usually have 5 girls.
so okay, cool. So
Who knows what he got up to? I love
So-
Lockie though.
are the cameras in your house?
So then they decided we're going to do 2 weeks filming in your home. So
Okay, sure.
we had 1 month where it was just no cameras and everyone's just coping with
Yeah.
lockdowns.
Whatever. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Then we had 2 weeks where a producer would come to our home with cameras, with light, and basically lived with us from morning until 1 a.m. or midnight. And we all had our laptops with us and we had to do Zoom conversations. Our dates were online. We had to do the cocktail party on Zoom chat.
Of course, because that's what you do. Cocktail parties on Zoom.
I know.
So what were you like, all dressed up,
Yes,
In a
all dressed
frock?
up in our frocks in the living room.
holding a glass of champagne
Oh yeah, I was drinking lots.
in front of your laptop?
In front of the laptop, yes. And
That's
they have the
insane.
cameras on you so that they can use that footage as well as what's on Zoom,
Oh, okay.
just
Wow.
to make it a bit more visually appealing.
Man, that would have been a crazy experience.
It was crazy.
All right. So so the Bachelor starts eliminating at some point
Yes.
again.
So he eliminates one girl 1 week, so that becomes top 9,
Sure.
and then it becomes top 8. He eliminates another girl the other week, and then they got an intruder, so they got someone to come into the show and join us. So then it became top 9.
From 8 to 9. Okay. So they're just stretching it out.
Yes, they're just
essentially.
messing
Yeah.
with all of us.
Sure.
And then we go back to the mansion.
Okay. So
So then we had a 2-week break. No, a 1-week break after that.
yeah.
And then they said you can return to the mansion. So
Yeah.
9 of us returned to the mansion and we restarted filming again with all the COVID protocols and the social distancing.
How long has it been since you ended filming at the mansion and you returned to the mansion?
So end of July, I left.
Okay. So it's been
Yes. A long time now. I can't even remember being on
No. Sorry, you missed my question, or I reword it for you.
Okay.
Between leaving the mansion the first time due to COVID and coming back to the mansion, how much time in between?
So
Like 3
April,
months?
May. Yeah, 3 months.
3 months, sure.
3 months.
Okay,
Nearly
cool.
3 months.
All right, so then you come back to the mansion.
Yes.
Here we go again.
Yes.
Right? Pack up.
Yes.
Rah.
Yes.
You
Pack
go
up
back
your bags
in.
again.
COVID is happening, so it's all
Yes.
fucking crazy.
Yes.
Everyone's like, no?
Yes.
Freaking out.
I remember I was coughing when we were filming, and I was
Yeah.
like trying not to cough because I didn't want to freak everyone out. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to walk off. Caitlin's
Yeah.
like, why are you coughing? And I'm like, I'm
Really?
dying in
Yeah.
here.
That's the world we live in, isn't it?
Yes.
That's
so,
crazy.
It's so hard when you can't cough and
Yeah.
you don't want to freak everyone out, and then you start coughing.
You sneeze in public nowadays and everyone like,
Freaks out.
chill out, it's all good. Hey,
But I had a lot of drama on the show, Rafa. You didn't know that.
no, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the show. So if you don't tell me now, I will
don't
never know.
Every week I had conflict with one main person and pretty much the whole house. So
Over?
well, imagined scenarios, really. So basically I made an enemy
Okay.
and she was, I think she was a bully. I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
And a couple of episodes in, the girls thought I was planning and scheming things against a certain person, which I never was because I'm not even thinking about them. I didn't even
Sure.
know who they were,
Okay.
really, because I'm in my own world.
What's the bitch's name?
Roxy.
Hi, Roxy.
And and so every episode, other than people fighting, I was in a lot of, how can I explain it? It was basically behind the scenes, a lot of the girls were having a go at me. And
Sure.
I wouldn't talk to anyone because I wanted everything to be filmed. So I was like, I'm not confronting anyone. I'm not bitching to anyone or bitching at anyone unless it's filmed, because then I have accountability and
I
proof.
hear you. Yeah.
If they're going to scream and yell at me, they can do that behind closed doors. But if I'm going to call them out, I'll do it in front of camera. So I know what I've said and all of Australia can see what
It's
I've
on the
said.
record.
And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to associate with them off camera.
Yeah.
So the other girls decided to tell media that I had been a bully, that I had been a villain, that I made their life hell, that I put...
So when you say tell media...
told like magazines or online
how can they be
magazines
in touch with magazines if you've got no phones and stuff at the mansion?
after filming.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, so when they left the show,
Okay,
they were
yeah.
starting to trying to paint me as
Sure.
a villain
Yeah.
because of their poor behavior, because they thought that I was going to talk crap about them.
Sure.
And they knew that they were going to be portrayed poorly on television because they acted poorly.
Yeah.
And so they were using the excuse that behind the scenes there's so much that happens and that Juliette did this and Juliette did that, but I didn't because I didn't associate with them.
Yeah.
Everything I did. And I was just myself on the camera. I had nothing to lose. And at one point my mum said, I think I acted a bit like I got a bit tipsy one night and I just didn't care anymore. And she's like, I love you. God loves you. You are who you are. Whether Australia likes
Yeah.
you or not, doesn't matter.
Yeah, beautiful.
And so that also gave me the confidence just to be myself on
Sure.
it. And I take accountability for how I was. I don't think I acted poorly. I just acted like how I didn't target anyone or bully anyone or treat anyone awfully. If someone was kept targeting me or bullying me or talking to me or screaming at me, I just raised it up. And maybe
Sure.
I'm sassy but I didn't name call. I didn't intentionally seek to put someone down. I was just like, hey, I don't like how you said that, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so that's how people thought I was fiery and feisty. I'm like, no, sassy. If people are coming for you,
That's right, yeah.
you're going to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's enough to always get it. At some point, you'd be like, I'm fed up.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
So tell me something. You're back in the mansion. You're top 9, you said?
Top 9.
With this intruder,
Yes.
right?
Then one of the girls leaves because of me. My enemy.
Oh, so that's the one you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, I
But
thought
she
it was
didn't
another
leave
one. I
because
was
of
like,
me. She just left because it was her time to go. She had a
Okay.
fight with The Bachelor, but I was a scapegoat. Use me
Yeah.
because you're the victim. A lot of people
okay.
act like the victim
This
on the
would
show.
this would have been quite notorious
Yes, yes, exactly.
for the season.
Yes.
Let's say. Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
yes.
cool.
It became the Juliette and Roxy fight
cool.
and war on the
I'm gonna
show.
look this Roxy chick. I want to put a face to her name. How do we find her?
Just type Roxy the Bachelor, but
Roxy the
I don't want to
Bachelor.
get killed. So
No. I
talking
look-
about
no,
her.
no. I just want to put a face to her. It's going to make my podcaster skills even better. Roxy the Bachelor. Let's have a look.
Oh, you can look at me up too, and find all my drama.
Come on, Paulie. Okay, I'm looking at her. Okay, so the first thing that comes up, maryclaire.com.au, The Bachelor Australia 2020.
Roxy apparently
Roxy
left the
apparently
show.
left the show. The Bachelor, and it's juicier than you think. Juliette.
Well, you know what happened. I
gangster.
don't
There
even
you
know
go.
if I can legally
Packed with
say.
drama, particularly between Roxy and Juliette. Ooh. There she is. Or one of those.
There. Oh, yeah, that's for me. The rude finger was for me.
Oh, really? Oh, man. You went out with the bang.
She went out with the bang. Calling me a
Oh, this
skank.
your bachelor's Roxy Kenny on why she really quit the mansion. And
I
she
apparently made her
Yeah.
leave. But I'm glad Australia saw the truth.
Yeah.
I didn't get much hate. I think I got like 5 trolls.
Oh, okay. Not too bad.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I was like, oof, I'm
Yeah.
ready to be hated and blamed.
All right, so she fucks off. There's 8 of you left.
Yes. And
You
then
made the Daily Mail.
I know it made
Oh,
it
wow.
the Daily Mail.
Look at all those amazing photos.
Oh, thank you.
What?
Hollywood double life. That's in LA when I was styling.
More importantly,
Yes.
tell me. So
Okay, so
8. Yep,
8?
8 left.
Yeah, so then
It's like Australian Idol
I
kind of.
know. It's like
Yeah.
do you win his heart or not? That night I actually left the following week. And it was a mutual decision between me and Lockie. I wasn't getting enough attention in the mansion
Sure.
and I was over it.
Okay.
I was over all the drama
Sure.
and I was exhausted, and I also had I felt like I was sick of being messed around,
Sure.
and I didn't feel like I was a main love interest in the end.
Sure.
And so I
Why
kind
prolong
of
it? Yeah.
So I was just like, if you like me, keep me. If you don't, you don't. But I didn't say that. I don't know what happened to me. Something possessed me. I went
Sure.
up to him at a cocktail party and I said, "Can we talk?" And he's like, "Sure." So we had a chat and I just said, like, "Do you
It's not
know who
happening.
I've got in my DMs? Like, I've been faithful to you, not replying to other guys in my DMs, and you don't even message me back or give me attention. Like, what's the go?" And he's like, I just feel like, you're too wild for me. And I was like, but you're crazy. I thought you wanted, wild. I thought you wanted someone wild. And he's like, no, you're too spiritual for me. And I'm like, they're not going to show this for sure. And then he said, yeah, I just feel like we're not right for each other. And then he said, "You're actually too good for me, Juliette." And so when he said that, that's when I relented my
Sure.
rebuttals. And I was like, okay, I'm too good for you. And he's like, "I'm not going to let you go through the rose ceremony," which is humiliating when you don't get a rose.
Sure.
And he said, "I'm going to escort you and you can be free to go home." And so that's how we ended
Okay.
it. But it became almost like a parody on the show, the way they edited it, because I'm talking like my ego's up through the roof going, "Oh my God, I've got Young Thug's producer and this TikTok star in my DMs. Who does Lockie think he is?" Like,
Oh, hold on a second. Didn't you say you guys had no phones in the mansion?
we didn't have it in the mansion, but during lockdowns, we had our
okay.
phones. And that's
so
when,
that would have been a very different season due to that, right?
yes, because we never had communication, 24-hour access.
Yeah,
So it
because
was,
now you've got this fame.
yeah. Oh, no, we had, no one knew we were on the show.
Oh, so the show's not released until the whole
Thing
thing
is
is finished.
Yeah. And
That's
you don't even
crazy.
know how it's going to be edited. When you're watching it with the whole of Australia.
Oh, wow.
So you're like,
That must be surreal.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought as they go, they're releasing it.
Yes.
Right? And then they're like just essentially catching up. You know what I mean?
Yes. No, they
cool.
finish it.
Yeah.
Then they edit it. And then
Okay.
like 2 or 3 months later or
Wow.
a month later.
So you go through all of that, and then on top of that, you got to actually live through the viewing it on TV.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it's fascinating because you hear conversations that you didn't hear before.
Of course.
And you see chemistry
all the
with
angles.
him.
Yeah, all the angles.
What the girls said.
So-
So it restarts other wars
Yeah.
between all the girls.
And tell me something. So you leave a week after Roxy leaves?
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
So obviously, I mean, I'm asking you questions as it's happening then and there, but it's not because you're seeing it all months later. But I would imagine that after what happened with her and now you leave, it's like crazy times, right? They're all
Yes.
fucking, oh yeah, that Juliette, blah,
Yes.
blah, blah. Everyone's talking shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it became a big thing. Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah, a lot
And-
of articles. But I was happy there was a lot of support. I was actually surprised with media and with Instagram, people sending me so many messages because I thought I was going to be hated. Like,
Yeah.
I was hated in the house. I was ostracized. I was alone most of the time.
Did they try and portray you like a wild, crazy chick, or was there a bit of that? Do you find, or
Not that I didn't allow, in a sense.
sure,
Like,
sure,
I
it was true to form. Let's
It
say,
was true to form. Obviously,
Yeah.
they didn't show like my wise side
yeah, yeah.
or my depth.
Okay,
They
sure.
just showed more the humor,
Yeah.
my free spirit,
Yeah, sure.
and honesty and candidness.
It's
So
made
that's
for TV stuff. Yeah, the
Exactly.
stuff that's more made for TV. Yeah.
exactly. So
Interesting.
I'm happy that they showed that at
Yeah,
least,
yeah.
and they didn't try to make me be something I wasn't.
Mm.
But obviously, you do film for many hours, and you're not really conscious of what you're saying sometimes. And I do say crazy shit. Because I'm entertaining my own head. Yo, boring. I need to
Yeah.
make some crazy
Next.
shit up to make myself be entertained. You know. Sorry, was that rude?
I
saw
no. You should ask Rafa about his TV
reality. When were you on TV?
reality TV
No.
show.
When were you on
Actually,
reality?
you should ask Paulie about this.
What happened
So
on reality?
we were approached some time ago by a reality TV producer, and this man has since disappeared, probably for good reasons, because turned out that he was a bit shady or whatever. But he approached us, had a few runs on the board, as they say. He done involved with a few shows and everything. And kind of checked out. It's not the first time we've kind of been approached. Maybe not on that level, but other bits and pieces. So we're going to do a show about, the clubs and everything else, right? So they mic'd
yeah.
us all up, and they had multi-cameras on in the
Wow.
club. But as much as I was supposed to be the star of the show,
Yeah.
the man who stole the thunder was Adolf Paul Balgaban over there. Turns out, when you mic him up and you follow him through the night, this motherfucker's a Nazi, man.
What does he
He's
do?
barking at fucking all the staff and everybody, and
No
yeah. I mean, here
way.
I am thinking, Paulie's a nice guy. He's my
chill,
brother's
yeah.
chill. Man, this motherfucker. Now I understand why so many people bitch about him to me behind his back.
Are you joking? Or is this for real?
Man, it's for real. Man,
No way.
bad. Like as in, I'm surprised he hasn't been sued for.
I watched the footage because I was gonna edit it. I was like, nah, I can't do anything about this.
Yeah,
that why you pulled out?
I've learned a lot.
yeah.
You've learnt a lot.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's learned a
that's
lot
good.
because obviously he's walking around going, well, fucking what's that? I'm fucking what's that? I'm fucking what's that? You go, oh shit, maybe you need to change, Paulie.
Yeah, that's a good thing about reality TV.
I'm sure
though.
it is. That's
It does
surreal.
make
That's
you
got-
assess
yeah.
who you are.
Yeah, I'm sure. No greater way, right? You just
Yeah.
use. I mean, the only thing you see is the mirror, right?
Exactly.
And that's it. Yeah.
And a lot
Very
of girls are
interesting.
in denial about who they are.
Sure.
So
Sure.
people who are like, no, they edited me bad.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. Honey,
Yeah.
you gave them hours of footage.
Yeah.
They can't lie about who you are.
Yeah. And actually,
Take some
you're
accountability.
admitting that they were fair with you as well, right?
Yeah.
Like they were quite fair, yeah. Which is interesting because normally for these kind of things, you would expect them to kind of sort of highlight certain negatives or just shit
Yes.
that's, whatever. Because I also find that they're almost like typecast people. So, for
Yeah.
example, she's the crazy bitch. She's the token African American or token, black
Yeah,
or
the
whatever.
characters.
Yeah, the characters, right? Yeah.
Which
But-
is interesting because it
yeah.
is an entertainment show at the end
Yeah.
of the day.
But it was quite
So-
fair from the way you look at it, right?
I think, yeah, they could edit your personality, but it'll
Not
be
with
hard
you.
to do. No, not with
Okay,
me.
cool. Awesome.
I feel like they had a lot with me. They
Sure.
didn't need to edit it.
How many shows a week of The Bachelor? So
it's
now
2
you're
episodes
watching
a
it.
week.
All right. So now you're watching it at home.
Yeah, not sleeping.
Right. With Mama and whoever else.
all my
is-
friends over watching it.
Okay,
so
cool.
I'm trying to watch the show because
Yeah.
I haven't seen what's happened.
Of course you have.
And they're all talking on Instagram. I'm getting like all the DMs.
Crazy times.
Yeah, and Twitter's going off. And everyone's reaction from what you're doing on TV, it's
Sure.
like overwhelming. It's like the energy is intense.
And the
And you're embarrassed. Like, you're like, oh my God, is that what I'm like? Like, oh, Mum, is that me? She's
so
like, yes.
so the broadcasting of the actual show, how long does that go for? So 2 shows a week, and you're watching it for
14 episodes, I think.
Okay, sure.
Like a month. I
Okay,
think.
good. It's a
Yeah.
good month.
It's a good
Yeah.
month.
So you saw yourself for like
I think just shy of 2 episodes. So I made it from beginning
3
to
weeks.
2 weeks. So
2
just
weeks.
one final week I didn't make it pretty
Okay,
much.
cool. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that would have been interesting times to
Yeah.
be alive and watching that shit, and then the social media that comes with it
Yes.
and everything. And are other media platforms like contacting you for comments
Yes.
and stuff like that?
Yes.
Or yeah,
So basically the online publications.
Yeah.
Like Pedestrian TV, Punky either wrote commentary about
Sure.
the show.
yeah,
And when you leave the show, you get asked to be on interviews to
sure.
Yeah.
To fatten it up. Yeah, to
Yes.
give them more content
Yeah,
and
so I was on, like-
insights and things. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
like Kiss FM.
Sure.
all the
All
radio
the people that
stations,
they
yeah.
have the kind of agreements with that they're all
Yes.
gonna. Okay, cool.
Exactly,
Awesome.
yes.
So when you say Kiss, is it like
106.5, I think that's with Kyle and Jackie O.
Kyle and
sorry.
Jackie?
Yeah,
sure.
so that
okay,
was
cool.
fun.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
really
yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would have been, man. That's a
Yeah.
cool ride.
Yeah.
And okay, cool. So you're on this kind of a roller coaster.
Yes.
For a couple of weeks,
Yes.
and then you're off the show.
Yes, off the show.
On screen.
Yes.
You're off the show.
Yes.
And what's that experience like? Like, because you're still kind of relevant, let's say, in the eyes of the media,
Mm-hmm.
because, very fresh. But obviously, over time, there's a transition back to some sort of a normal for Juliette Herrera, right?
Yes, that's right. So,
Talk to us a
as-
little bit about that.
yes, so as soon as the show finished and I knew I had all the hype and attention,
Mm.
I thought there's no point in having this spotlight on me or
Mm.
influence if I'm not going to do something positive with it. I don't
Sure.
I don't want to be like I don't want to be a shallow.
Yeah.
I don't know. My approach was, if I have the spotlight on me, why don't I highlight things that are important to me with social issues?
Sure.
And so I quickly put something together and I asked people, what kind of things do you want to see from me? Because
Yeah.
I want to do a video podcast that talks about things like mental health, bullying, racism,
Awesome.
eating disorders, mental health, grief, things that I kind of have struggled with in life.
Sure.
And gain some understanding, but have an expert come from each field.
Yeah.
And in a way that's almost not conservative, like things that we don't really talk about.
Yeah.
And so I thought, while I have the spotlight, it's the best time to promote this for all of us, so we don't feel alone.
Yeah.
Because I felt alone and I didn't have resources and I struggled through all these different issues and it was
Yeah.
hard to get help. And that's what I focused on, trying to put that together.
And so you put a podcast together,
Yes.
and where is that podcast?
So it's on, I do IGTV series
Sure.
on my Instagram. So
Okay.
it's called Not My Lyric.
Okay.
And it was a quote that I had said on the show when someone was accusing me of throwing them under the bus.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's not my lyric, man. Like
Oh, really?
that's
Okay.
not my vibe, man. I'm not
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, sure.
So that's where it came from. And I had a really good friend who works for news.com.au as a producer, and he helped edit the first episode, which was race and representation, because the reason... Look, to be honest, I was invisible all my life in Australia. I wanted to be white. I didn't see myself in magazines or television or anything like that.
Sure.
So I didn't have value in society. The only way I had value was through my intelligence and my studies, which my parents pushed for. So it was working behind the scenes in magazines or film and theatre. But I could never be an actress. I could never be the star because there's no one around that looks like us.
Sure.
So I wanted to discuss that. And I met this beautiful girl online who was a Miss Australia finalist, and she has Indian heritage.
Sure.
And she talks a lot about race, internalized racism with other people, and representation.
Sure.
And so I asked her to be my first guest, and we kind of unpacked similar things we had gone through. She came from an Indian background. I'm from a South American background, but we both went through the process of wanting to be white, not wanting to have anything to do with our cultures, blend in, and how can we forge a way to be in media. And so that was a big proponent as to why I went on the show The Bachelor, because when they said to me they wanted me on the show, I was in shock. And I said, they want a Latina on the show? I'm not white. All I've seen is majority white girls on this show.
Yeah.
So I want to do it.
That's probably why they wanted you on there, to bit more of that inclusiveness that gets thrown around a lot nowadays.
And I'm happy they did, because a lot of people in the DMs, a lot of Latina women were saying to me, you make me proud to be Latina. Thank you for showing our culture. I'm not professing or claiming that I showed all of South America or Latina-ness. No, just an aspect of who we are.
There's different shades, different things everywhere. I mean, it doesn't always have to be, super deep and super whatever, It's just, it'll be nice to have more of our people and more of every people on there doing things. And I'm not a huge fan for the whole kind of inclusive talk, like we need to have this. Organically, I think we could definitely have some more shades in the mix everywhere, not just on ABC and SBS. It'd be nice to have some Channel 7 and Channel 9 and Channel 10 news presenters with a little bit of colour or whatever. Having said all of that, those mediums are dying dinosaurs.
Exactly. And this is what social media, people producing their own podcasts is dismantling the status quo.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got a couple of those shows on your IGTV?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we can check those out.
Yes,
right,
definitely.
beautiful.
The next one I'll be filming is on domestic violence.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a bit of a hot topic as we speak with the rallies over the weekend for women's rights. It's quite timely, but it's always timely because it's always there, unfortunately. And it's almost like, in many ways, it's like a silent major issue in all societies.
In all cultures.
Violence.
And it's only, I guess, because of recent events and also International Women's Day that it gets highlighted, but then we forget about it again. So
that's one of those 5 minutes in the sun thing that the media sort of jumps on. Like, I'm thinking as well of it, like Black Lives Matter and all these things where they just sort of pop up and everyone jumps all over. Me too, and then it just disappears.
I guess it's like our own. We can see it blasted everywhere, but it's up to the individual and their own path and their own, I guess, intelligence and emotional awareness and who they want to become, to whether to adopt that exposure,
of course,
and learn from it or grow, or just ignore it, or just flag it as something trendy. But at least it's out there.
I mean, I'm more of a sort of bottom to top or from the ground up kind of person, where from the top down I don't think people absorb that much. So you can have these whatever pushing, women's rights from the top, or domestic violence from the top. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be doing it, but the onus, I believe, is on us, is on parents in particular, raising their children, raising their boys in particular, to show them clearly that, there is zero respect for a man who lays his hands on a woman. There's no excuse,
Absolutely.
So that's, I think, a very worthwhile cause. And I also respect that because, you see a lot of influencers with nothing to influence except how to sort of make money, I guess, So, you see them this supplement and bloody, Fashion Nova and whatever it is, some Bang energy drink or.
Yes.
But okay, so what influence? You've got
Yeah.
all that traffic, and for what?
Well, exactly.
yeah.
What's the point? For me, it's what's the point?
Mm.
The point is, even people who go on reality shows, I've met some amazing people from the shows, and they're very real and authentic, and they know that it was just a season, just a
Yeah.
hype for that moment.
Sure.
And it didn't get to their head.
Yeah.
They enjoyed the benefits of
Good.
gaining followers, going to events that you might not have had access
Yeah,
to.
'cause the cool stuff, right?
Yeah, the
and I'm
fun
sure
stuff,
you've
the
had a lot of
perks,
that
exactly,
too. Yeah,
which is
yeah.
fun, as long as it doesn't get to your head.
Of course.
We're not singers or performers
Yeah.
or like
You haven't earned it.
Exactly,
as in,
it's
with
not a
some sort of
talent
yeah,
that we
that's
had,
right.
except just be ourselves or
Yeah.
portray ourselves a certain way and have some confidence in front of the camera.
And I think that's where a lot of people are very critical about reality
Mm.
TV stars in general, myself included. I mean, I don't dwell too much on it. I think it's cool. I mean, I think there's a place for reality TV. But I don't think anyone should let it get to their heads too much.
No, and a lot of people, I've noticed, it does get to their head, and
Yeah.
they think that
King
people
shit.
owe them. Yeah, they get big egos,
Yeah.
and I think it's pointless. What's the point if you're not going to do
Sure.
something with it, or at least spread positivity or love? Like, I find that going on the show humbled me more as a person, because the DMs I get from teenage girls or women in their 40s, and they say to me, Jules, I like how you stood up for yourself. I'm going through bullying at work at the moment from this woman, and now you've given me the confidence to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
So that means a lot to me when people can extrapolate my experience
Sure.
from the show and they actually learn something or
Yeah.
feel empowered to be themselves, or like the Latin women going, you make me proud to be Latina. Like, now I'm
Yeah.
going to go back to my roots. I used to be ashamed. And that's floods of messages. That's what makes me feel like I want to give something back.
Yeah, and I guess it makes it worthwhile as well,
That's
right?
it.
Yeah, makes
Because
it
then
worth
it's just
your-
empty.
Yeah, it's got to be fulfilling. I
Yeah.
agreed, man. I think in many ways, through our careers, our work, our daily,
Yes.
weekly, monthly activities, we need to find fulfillment beyond just earning money. I mean, obviously that's a big
Yes.
thing, but there's got to be a reason why we're here, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it was funny because with the sponsorships, you get offered a lot of sponsorships, but I'm saying no to majority of them because I feel bad promoting something that I don't believe in,
Don't
and I don't want
resonate
to
with.
promote. I don't want
Yeah.
to promote products unless I love it.
Sure.
Even if it's free, I'll promote it
Yeah.
because I like it.
Yeah, I get you.
Not because,
I
oh,
get
I've
you.
got an amount of followers
Yeah.
and now I'm going to throw this down your throat.
Yeah. It's got to be
That
some
for
sort of
me
a connection.
ethically doesn't
Yeah.
feel good. I'd rather
Yeah.
throw in issues that we're all going through in life
Cool.
together.
Yeah, respect on that. It's very
So
good.
hopefully
Yeah.
that grows more and is helpful. And yeah.
No, that's cool. That's very, very good to hear, and I think in this day and age in particular, quite rare. So respect on that.
Thank you.
Let's talk about some funny things.
Okay.
Fun stuff.
Okay.
What were some of the events and everything? Some of the cool ones. Some of the highlights following the show that you've been to, that you've had.
Okay.
Memories, highlights.
So highlights, I loved being turned into a meme or like people making fun of me online.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
That was like, I've made it in life if I made it into a meme or
Yeah,
a GIF.
sure.
And people could take my funny moments on TV, which
Okay.
are embarrassing.
Yeah.
But they laughed at it.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, thank God you laughed at it because
Yeah.
I'm laughing at my psychoness too.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And I guess meeting other Bachelor people from other seasons.
Other seasons, yeah.
And there's a lot of drama within the Bachelor franchise because
Sure.
some people have hooked up, some people have relationships, some people
Okay.
have fought. So that's kind of funny, like all the drama that happens off screen.
Yeah.
And events, I guess being with the Bachelor crew and
Yeah.
meeting maths people as well, you have fun at events because you all have a similar personality
Mm.
in terms of you're all outgoing. You all kind of say crazy things.
Sure.
And you all laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting world to be a part of.
Yeah.
But it's just for fun, you know?
Yeah.
And you do meet some great people. So that's what I love about it. And yeah, that's probably mainly. And
That's
you do meet a
awesome.
lot of people in media that
Yeah.
get you.
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed that. I've really
Yeah.
actually just enjoyed meeting people, and even people who come up to me at the shops. I have a
Yeah.
great chat with them.
Okay, that was my next question.
Yeah.
Would you get recognized much?
Yeah, I do. Like, I was just at the nail salon, and then a woman next to me was like, "Oh, me and my husband loved you on the show." And I was like, "Oh my god, really?"
Yeah,
And then it's amazing. Like,
Yeah,
I
of
like
course.
that because then I get to know who watched it, what did they
Sure.
think,
Yeah.
and I love it when young girls come up to me and they're like, Juliette, like
Yeah.
that's. It makes me feel like, oh my god, you watched me. I forgot I was on it. You know,
Yeah.
that's cool.
It's like a nice little reminder of where you've been and what you've done.
Yeah, that's sweet. Like, I'm
Highlights.
like, thanks for getting me.
Highlights of the show and lowlights of the show.
Highlights
If you could pick one or two, perhaps.
I think for me it was the growth I had within myself because I was forced to go in front of camera,
Okay, hold
which
on
was
a
a
second.
big deal.
Take a step back.
Sorry.
Not internal.
Oh, not internal. External.
So
okay,
a couple of
yes.
moments,
okay.
right? So everyone that
Moments?
watched the show,
Yeah.
they can say, "Oh yeah, I knew she was going to say that," or you get what I'm saying, or yeah. Best, best moments, funny moments that you really liked, and stuff that you didn't like. Like it could be, it doesn't have to be on camera. It could be off camera. It could be, walking into the toilet after Roxy, or you get what I'm saying, because it smelled like shit.
What was the best? Okay, one amazing moment was in the house. Oh no, there's so many like bitchy moments,
Can
nasty
you imagine?
moments.
Well, name a couple that come to mind. The first ones.
Okay, one time me and my little crew
Yeah.
were sitting on the kitchen table.
Sure.
And we were just laughing because we would laugh at one another because we're all a bit like,
Yeah.
just say crazy shit. We're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
dying at each other.
Is it on camera?
No, this was
Okay,
off
cool.
camera.
Sure.
And then like 15 of the girls were in
Yeah.
the living room
Yeah.
and they were so pissed off that we were enjoying life
Yeah.
that they all chimed in and went, ha 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 ha.
Wow.
And we looked at them. I'm like, are you
Nutcases.
making fun of us? Like,
Yeah.
that is so weird.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you girls? So then
Mm.
we just chilled in our room. So we had a little haven in our room and we'd just play music and we just avoided everyone. And I loved those moments because we got to
Yeah.
celebrate one another's individuality and we
Sure.
all had strong personalities.
Sure.
And it was like a nice... You accepted one another, and I
Sure.
thought that was really beautiful moments in there and
Okay.
funny because we're all a bit. We have a funny humor. We all liked watching crime, so when all the girls went to bed because they liked watching Taylor Swift or
Yeah.
girly movies, they would go to bed 11 early, and we'd be
Mm.
like, "Oh my god, we got Netflix. We can watch crime shows and
Sure.
watch like murder mysteries."
Funny you say that, but I saw recently somewhere that the highest percentage of people that
Yeah.
watch crime shows is
Yeah.
women.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Interesting.
I think, and I read somewhere that it was because we try to understand how not to get ourselves in those situations.
Yeah, I was about to
those
say,
perilous
because I
situations.
mean, women, generally speaking, are a little bit more concerned
Yes.
naturally
Oh,
for being
absolutely.
taken, bloody, murdered or whatever. So they're probably trying to work out, okay, cool.
Which is true because the
Yeah.
other day I was like, I want to walk home. It's 11 o'clock at night. Like,
Thank you. That's a different
like,
reality
this
for a
is-
woman than for a man.
I can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even in the car
Yeah.
park, I went late night shopping. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, like I really need to be careful. Like,
Sure.
and look where I am. Quickly get in the car and you get a little heart race.
Yeah.
And
there
it's
you
like
go.
those little things
Yeah.
where you're like, oh, it sucks.
Yeah. I hear you on that. And I remember talking to some people more about traveling.
Oh, yes,
And,
traveling
you
too.
hear a lot of people saying, this, that. And then you talk to a girl, obviously, and they go, because, it's like, it's
Yeah.
danger. Look, the thing is, people who are out there, the predators, let's say, obviously they target women more than they do men for
Yes.
obvious reasons. So makes sense that, that's a different reality for the ladies than it is for the gents. Juliette, tell us about upcoming projects, the future.
Yes.
What can we look out for
So
you?
I'm going to keep doing the Not My Lyric series.
Sure,
And I
awesome.
think you're going to offer me to do it here, which would be amazing.
Can be done, not a problem. Sure.
And
Be our
also,
pleasure.
thank you.
We have to speak to
supporting-
Paulie. Paulie?
Supporting a little Latina.
Hey, we can make it happen. Of course.
100%.
Yay, thank you.
Mi casa su casa.
Gracias.
You know how that goes.
Men supporting women.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Yeah, our pleasure. Not a problem. We'll talk off camera. We'll work it out.
Okay.
Not a problem. Easily done.
But yeah,
Next.
I wanted to thank you for that.
No need. No need.
I also am.
Wait. So Rafa already offered and didn't tell me.
No. Okay. What did I say?
You said we have to talk about the operations of it.
Thank you. Fuck off, Paulie.
No, but when he says that, he's already spoken for me. Like,
Oh,
No, not at all. But anyway, if you want to look at it that way, you got a job next week, cunt. Show up at a certain time, it's done. Forget about it. No. He's a bit like that. He's got childhood issues. We gotta.
sassy
Yeah.
Polly.
Yeah, something like that. Sassy's a good way. You're sassy, Paulie. She just destroyed you. Is that, you know what it
I
is?
forgot
Is
to
that,
take my medication, guys. Sorry.
yeah, no, you know what it is?
Support it.
It's like when girls say that a guy's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
See, I hate it when guys say I'm cute. I'm like, what am I? A baby?
Well, for a guy, it's like, yeah, what am I? Like a boy? You want to be, no, he's hot. Oh my God.
Yeah,
So
but
what do
I
you
am
want
like a
girls
teddy
saying
bear.
to you? Like, what's a good, like, do you like handsome? If a girl says to you, you're handsome. What do guys like?
Handsome's a good word, yeah.
Really?
Handsome's a good word, but it gets thrown around a lot by perhaps
Old women.
older. Yeah. I call all my boys handsome. The ones that are handsome. Hey, handsome. Yeah.
Girls
look-
like beautiful.
Of course.
Not
of course.
cute.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
And
but,
pretty, nah.
Oh, she's pretty.
Pretty.
My boy Josh Lim. We used to be. We shared a cell.
Oh my gosh.
At Long Bay on the way out, only for like a month or so, right before he got out. He got out a few months before me, and we'll be. He'll be on the top bunk. I'll be on the bottom bunk, chilling at night, watching TV, sort of trying to get to sleep. And whatever was on the TV, all of a sudden I'll hear, "Oh, she's pretty."
No way.
But like 5 times a night.
Oh, poor
It was
Josh
so funny.
Lee.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh. No, he's a man. He's a brother. I love him. But
She's pretty.
but yeah, we'll be yeah. It's just
Oh my gosh, I love
even
it.
half asleep because he's one of those guys that can sort of on demand go to sleep, but he kind of just chills like this, and you'll be like, "Oh, she's pretty."
Well, I felt like I was in
Anyway.
prison at the mansion. We had,
I can imagine. Yeah, I can
We're
imagine.
on bunk beds.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, because
So
I
get
think
close.
from what I understand, even like
I'm just
even-
relating
look,
myself to Long Bay.
No. Even it's all good. Even like the lack of sleep
Yes.
is a big thing.
Yes.
And I know I've heard from time
Yes.
to time that with these shows, lack of sleep's a good thing.
Yes.
Alcohol is a good thing.
Yes.
And obviously
Hunger is a good thing.
hunger's a good thing. Making people hangry. I'm hangry right now. No, but so
It makes you emotional.
man, of course, particularly the
In that
ladies, right?
situation,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then the cameras and then all of that. So what an experience. And,
We all had our
and-
moments.
Yeah, I'm sure. And thank you for sharing the experience because now I get a much better picture of what happened.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed to say I did not watch any of it.
That's okay.
I did through the process. I remember receiving a couple of messages from yourself and even your mama, 'cause she was like supporting and whatever and helping spread the
yeah,
word.
she thought I was going to get so hated as well.
Yeah,
because
it was
it's
a little
different
bit of
personality.
that. Very little bit. Very little bit of that.
Yeah,
But
like
you
5
expect
people's
that.
okay.
Yeah, you expect that. But I would love to see you definitely develop yourself from this experience. I'm a big supporter, and I think
Thank
that
you.
you can use it and take it to your advantage. It's like a
Yes.
springboard, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Now you can use it to your advantage in whatever way you choose, and obviously podcasting is one of those ways.
Yes.
But the world's your oyster, man. Beautiful girl, not cute. I learned my lesson, and even there was a bit of music in there as well on your Instagram, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
I'm
with the
Hispanic.
chancla. Yeah, I'm Hispanic. Which is see if you can find. Can we play? We can play off Instagram, right, Paulie? Go to Instagram. Go to Juliette Herrera _ because I want to have a quick listen to this. I actually liked it. I thought it was cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But it's recorded by someone else.
Sure, I know that.
Oh, okay.
But
I was like, they didn't have real skills for that.
Yeah. No, I know that because that's like one of similar like TikTok kind of.
Yeah,
vibes,
that's
no?
TikTok. Yeah.
Ah, he's got to log in. Can you log in? We'll see how we go. We'll try our best.
Well, I want to keep promoting like my Latina-ness on Instagram.
Of course, please do.
I don't know any other Latina people that have been on TV. So I kind of want to keep that going, even if it's on my online presence.
Sure,
just to celebrate
please do.
the culture, the humour.
Yeah.
And also, I'm looking to go back into social work because I have a social work degree. And
sorry to hear.
Yeah, so I want to... Sorry to hear. Excuse me. People will be grateful to have me help them.
No, I'm sure. No. I just joke around with people that work in anything in that sort of world. It's not easy.
No, it's intense.
All right, let's scroll down, my friend.
Wait.
Ooh.
You just told me to wait. What are you waiting for, Paulie?
Plugging in my...
Ah, okay, cool. No worries.
I'm just admiring myself.
Technical. Amazing. Wow. What's this cameo.com? What's that?
Oh, Cameo. So you do, it's like people request videos from you for birthdays, like, and you go, happy birthday. Yeah.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Okay, beautiful. And Neon Model Management. So you hooked up with those guys, eh?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
But the cameos is actually for Motor Neurone Disease Association New South Wales.
Okay,
so
cool.
the money I make from that goes to them.
Oh,
yes.
well, congrats on that. That's another. Just keep scrolling down, brother. We'll find
Oh,
it.
no, up. It's up.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, up. There, with the orange dress.
Yes, that's the
I
one.
can't handle myself. That face.
All right, here we go. Press play.
Oh, the volume.
Oh, we've got no sound. What have you done, Paulie?
Oh, hang on.
He says, hang on. There's Mama.
I make it. Poor mum. The things I drag her in.
I'm sure she's having fun. She's a supporter. Look,
She's really good at it.
we're giving everybody an insight into the behind the scenes of what goes on at the studio.
And I'm like, Mum, do that again. And she's like, I can't be angry. I'm like, come on, you're always angry at me.
Let's see if we can hear it now. Oh man, look, forget about it. This is what happens
It should be
when
working. What the fuck?
this is what happens when Paulie has a couple of weeks off. But it's all good. But there she is doing the thing. Look, we welcome everybody to check out your Instagram anyway.
Yes, please.
There's lots of fun on there,
Say
lots
hi
of
to
cool
me.
things. Yeah, please do.
I message everyone back.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Good
Pretty
on you.
much. Unless you're
And
freaky deaky.
and,
Then I'm like,
and actually thinking about the Latin thing, I can think of a couple of people that would be cool to link you up with.
Yeah, I'd love
Yeah,
that. I want to get
because-
more hooked in. You know, I haven't been hooked in with the Latin community. My only
Yeah.
connection was you.
Yeah. Well, for me,
That's
you're
how-
connected to everybody, Mum. You know that.
Thank you.
You know that's my world. No, but
Yeah, but that's how
but
detached I have been from my culture.
yeah. Well, again, I mean, not that grown up.
When my mom says my full name, I
Well
panic.
done,
When
Paulie.
she's throwing
Huh.
the chancla, I
Okay,
vanish.
let's start it
I
again.
speak Spanish. See, I'm Hispanic.
All right, here we go.
I'm Hispanic. Spicy,
uh.
moody, Latin.
Latin.
When my mom says my full name, I panic.
Panic.
When she's throwing the chancla, I vanish.
La
I
chancla.
speak Spanish.
Uh.
See, I'm Hispanic.
See?
I'm Hispanic.
Amazing lyrics, deep and meaningful. You know,
Doesn't stereotype us at all.
No, not at all. No, not at all. But it's fun, man. I like it. I enjoyed
But I'm
it.
like, I'll stereotype
I actually
myself,
enjoyed
thank
it.
you.
Yeah. I remember when I think it was your mama or yourself. You reached out, and I was like, oh man, because last time I spoke to you was about work
It was
I know,
Mama.
I wanted to be your assistant.
years ago. Yeah, I remember years ago, and then so I hadn't really seen you on socials for a long time, here and there, because sometimes we go on tagging things, and I just remember seeing you here and there sporadically. But then I went on and obviously had a look when you reached out, and I said, oh shit, this this is pretty cool. And I saw that, and that was really caught my eye because it's just fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
and that's what I feel like I am. And I
Good.
think Latin culture is fun.
Definitely, man. And that's
And
why
people
we
need
are.
to see it here too.
Definitely. And that's a reason why, Latin culture, generally speaking, music, dancing, everything, food is so popular all over the world. And we're we can be pretty chilled as far, we're not like warlike, or we don't have many of these issues that we have in other parts of the world, and we love to party. We love to celebrate.
We love to party.
And our women are beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. But full power to you. Love what
Thank
you're doing.
you.
Love what you're becoming.
Thank you.
I do remember seeing you as a very young girl, a few years younger than me, around the family gatherings and everything, which is cool. Which is another side to our story. So
But he was the cool kid, the one all the girls loved.
really,
Yeah.
okay.
Everyone had a crush on you. I was like, oh, Rafa.
Yeah,
With all the girls.
I've always done all right with the girls. Man. I can't deny that.
You have.
Over the years, particularly with especially later on with the music and everything. And then, for a time I was a bad boy too, which that attracts a lot of ladies as well.
I don't know
girls as well.
why.
Fine.
I just want a good boy.
That's what I've been told. But yeah, so no. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. It is what it is.
It's funny because I was like a little girl and you
Sure.
were like a proper teenager.
Yeah. And
We never hung. I just always saw you hang with the big kids.
yeah, so you were like a generation,
little.
a generation
Generation
below me, and it's like,
We don't.
yeah, not really.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would have been watching like from afar kind
Yes.
of thing. Yeah.
That sounds so creepy.
I can relate because I had the same thing before me.
Right,
You get what I'm
that's
saying?
right,
So
yeah.
I think we can all relate about
Yeah.
that. But that's cool. Cool memories. Thank you for sharing. But look, again, I look forward to seeing so much more of you.
Thank
I'd love
you.
to see you do so much more. I think you've got everything it takes to continue in media and
Thank
all of
you.
that. So
Yes, I hope so.
and thank you for joining us today. It was really cool to have someone like you on the show
Thank
with your
you.
profile and everything. And I hope you had a good time.
I did. I enjoyed
Yes.
myself.
Oh,
Thank you for having me. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we can do some more.
Yeah.
Let's do some more.
I know.
Let's do
I
some
think we've
more.
got a lot to talk about.
Yes, no doubt. Well, I've said to a few people, just because you've been on the show once doesn't mean you can't come back. It's not like we never want to see you again.
Okay.
Hopefully in a few months, in a year or
Yes.
two, whatever, we've got
Something-
some more to
Yeah.
talk about. And you can come back here and show us what you've been up to
Yeah,
in the
that'd be
future.
awesome.
Okay?
Thank you
Muchas
for
gracias.
having me.
Thank you so
Gracias.
much, Juliette.
Thank
Muchas
you.
gracias de corazón. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was fun.
Thank
You as well to our sponsors, to Q Corp Construction. Thank you again to Crash Claim. Meeting new friends by accident. Paulie, I love you, my brother. Thanks for
Mwah.
your help, my man.
Thanks for
I
listening.
appreciate
to
it,
us.
loco. And everyone at home, please share, please subscribe, tell the world. We have a lot of fun on expansion and it's pretty cool, but we need your support. So join us again on our next episode. Muchas gracias. Ciao.
You got such a good voice.
Oh, of course. Amazing.
Amazing. Oh,
How do you feel?
it's hot. Good. That was fun.
Yeah, it's cool, eh?
Yeah. That's a lot.
So we're getting ready for Paulie to finish setting up. And who do we have? Hola.
Hola.
Juliette Herrera,
Ooh.
alias Puli. Welcome to Expansion.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you for joining us. Paulie, whenever you're ready, buddy.
We've been recording for like.
Oh, good on you.
Oh, so he's got everything.
It's a setup. Oh, no, I'm falling for it again. Oh, let me put this away,
Tricks.
man.
Tricks.
Do you need me to do a clap or something, Paulie?
Yes, please.
Oh, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Expansion.
Stop.
Okay, there you go.
See, we've been off for 2 weeks and you're making mistakes already.
Okay.
What's the mistake?
Clap and then give it a pause.
See,
bit
he's
rusty.
fucking Nazi, man. I have to clap because that's how we sync up the video to the audio. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rafa. Hit that like button. Subscribe, whichever one that is, whatever it is. Please follow us. Please you support, share, tell your friends, like, subscribe, hit that button, please. Thank you so much.
Expansion.